14th annual running of the NHRA Gatornationals at Gainesville Raceway. There's over 100 acres at this facility, and every square foot of it is occupied, either by a parked car or by a spectator trying to find a vantage point to watch the excitement. We're in round number 2 of Top Fuel Eliminator. These are the quickest and fastest accelerating cars in the world. We started with 16 of these vehicles. Now we are down to a field of 8. In the near lane, the 1984 champion, Joe Amato, who defeated Hank Endres in round number 1. Racing against him, Californian Larry Sutton, who defeated Bob Strauss. For Sutton, his performance somewhat of a surprise. Longtime race watchers a bit shocked to find Sutton and his brand new team of Whitmore and Reed here in round number 2. The advantage goes to Amato off the starting line, easily pulling away from Sutton, and Joe Amato, his wife Jerry, reacting favorably to a 5:32 elapsed time and top speed of the meet, 276 miles an hour for Joe Amato. On the starting line, the only woman crew chief in Top Fuel Eliminator, Kim LaHaie, starting that 2,500 horsepower engine that provides the motive power for her dad, Dick LaHaie, the man that won here 2 years ago. The winner 3 years ago is now with Steve.
They say speed doesn't matter in this sport, Joe, but it tells you one thing, that you've got a lot of horsepower. You just ran faster than anyone has all weekend, 276.
Well, Steve, this motor's gone 270, over 270 the last 6 rounds. You know, Tim Richards has been doing an outstanding job. We've got a combination here that I think will run 280 sometime this year. Whether we'll be the first to do it, we'll see.
And here's that word again, consistency, another 532.
Well, that's what's going to win this race. I told Tim yesterday, give me 4 532s and I'll drive and win the race.
Well, that's 2 of them.
All right. Steve is crew chief Tim Richards receiving the congratulations from Joe Amato as Joe has now advanced into the semifinal round. His wife Jerry over to offer him a hug. On the starting line, the competition for Dick LaHaie set to do his burnout, Dan Pastorini. Coming out of the National Football League, Pastorini has already made his mark on the sport of championship drag racing, winning his first NHRA title a year ago at the Southern National. LaHaie is debuting a brand new car at this event, and for the 1987 season has joined forces with the Larry Minor racing team. The crew for Pastorini making some final adjustments as Pastorini, putting down his face mask, approaches the starting line. For LaHaie, his brand new car has performed flawlessly, qualifying in the 520s. And it's a great start for both cars. It's anybody's race in the middle of the course, and Pastorini by inches wins the race. Dan Pastorini defeats Dick LaHaie in one of the closest races ever. 5.45 seconds at over 270 miles an hour for Pastorini. And as we watch again, you can see exactly how Pastorini wins the race. He had a slight advantage, some 0.04 of a second off the starting line. But Dick LaHaie in the middle of the course started coming back on Pastorini. Then as they approached the finish line, 1,320 feet away from the start, there you see it, a matter of inches. LaHaie quicker by 1/100th of a second, but Pastorini the winner.
Did you know for sure you had won that race?
Yeah, I did. It was real close the whole way. I think I got a little hole shot on him, and it was just wheel to wheel the whole way. When I was telling Jimmy just now a minute ago, I hit the lockout clutch, and it seemed to pull on him a little bit. Then he started gaining on me, and then I shifted and hit the lean out button, and it started picking up on him right there at the end. But it was a good race. I don't like too many races like that. As long as I'm on this side of the fence, it's different.
You've really been concentrating, even in qualifying, on getting good starts, and it's paying off for you.
Well, you know, every little bit helps. In this game, it's a matter of milliseconds and inches. And the more that I can do in that driver's seat and to help these guys out, I mean, they're doing all the work. I'm having the fun. They're doing all the work, and they're doing a great job.
We're having a lot of fun watching you into the semifinals.
You got it. Thanks.
Pastorini paying tribute to his crew that are thoroughly enjoying this day at the Gatornationals. Here's Shirley Muldowney under her new canopy cockpit, giving the signals to her crew chief, Ron Tobler. Talk about a tough day on the racetrack. Shirley now faces Floridian Darrell Gwynn. He's only the quickest man in all of drag racing. Earlier, we saw her beat the hometown favorite, Don Garlitz of Florida, better known as the Swamp Rat.
You know those international signs you see all over the place that mean no something, the circle with the bar through it for people that maybe don't speak the language? Take a look at this. From the time Shirley Muldowney was able to defeat Don Garlic and get back to her pits, some ingenious fans had already posted this on her trailer. Not hard to figure out, right? Wouldn't be too popular with people around here. It means no swamp rats. But there's another sign here I hope never has the circle in the bar. It's that one right there.
Steve, I'll second that hope. And of course, it's only in NHRA Championship drag racing that the fans can get close enough to their favorite racers to leave off a poster of that type. Here's the front wheels of Shirley Muldowney's car creeping very slowly towards the starting line. A pair of light beams stretch across the asphalt, and as the two cars roll into those beams, they turn on a pair of lights on top of the electronic starting device known as the Christmas tree. When both of the lights are lit in both lanes, it means they're ready to race. A flash of amber, a green light, and both cars leave the starting line together. Gwynn begins to pull ahead and easily outdistances Shirley Muldowney, and in the process backs up his national record. His elapsed time, 5.26 seconds, the time it takes to cover a quarter-mile distance from a standing start. Darrell Gwynn is moved into the record book. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to Shirley Muldowney. Yes, look at Shirley's car. The severe vibration sets in. She is forced to lift off the throttle. That allows Gwynn to move ahead and take the win.
Well, Darrell, that pass will earn you some bonus World Championship points. You backed up the record with a 5:26.
Woo! I can't believe it. I'll tell you what, the heat of the day, 5:26 in front of my hometown fans. This bud's for you.
A little bit of heaven, huh?
You bet. This is heaven right here.
Tell me about the ride itself. Did you see Shirley at all down the course?
No, I never did. Matter of fact, I had to hold the brake in low gear because it spun the tires on the dry burnout. But we got 2 more rounds to go.
So you were using the brake as an acceleration tool,
Yeah,
really?
it smoked the tires on the dry. My dad told me when I backed up from the dry burnout just to tug on the brake just a tiny bit. So that's what we did, and it worked.
Great job.
Thank you.
For the second time in his relatively short career in Top Fuel racing, Darrell Gwynn is moved into the record book as the elapsed time record holder. This huge crowd with every eye focused on the starting line as our next pair of cars get ready for their race in round number 2 of Top Fuel Eliminator. Eddie Hill in the far lane is against Larry Minor, the boss man of the Minor racing team, which consists of 2 Top Fuel dragsters and a funny car. In qualifying, Minor ran his quickest ever of a 5.24-second elapsed time. Eddie Hill, a former world champion boat racer who decided to move off the water and onto the asphalt and has made the transition very successfully. Minor, the last to stage. A great start for Eddie Hill, but here comes Minor. From behind, Larry Minor drives around Eddie Hill. He has some internal engine problems. That's indicated by the smoke coming out of the motor. But look at the elapsed time. A brilliant 5.32-second elapsed time. His speed, 268 miles an hour, putting him, Larry Minor, into the semifinals against Joe Amato, with Minor having lane choice. The quicker elapsed time in the previous round earns lane choice. Gwynn has it against Dan Pastorini.